So this is the breaking news I was telling you about at the top of the show. The January 6th Select Committee says that they believe that the former president, Donald Trump, and a right-wing lawyer were part of a criminal conspiracy to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
That's right, Don. I've read through this 60-page filing tonight, and here the committee revealing that it believes that former President Trump and one of his lawyers may have engaged in a criminal conspiracy. Specifically, the committee says that it believes that Trump and others may have engaged in criminal or fraudulent acts, and they list a series of different crimes, including obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiring to defraud the U.S., and common law fraud as part of their efforts to subvert the 2020 election.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and the most pivotal event in the history of our young democracy is coming upon us. A nation that was founded on the very premise that no man is above the law, founded philosophically to forever defeat the kind of corruption that we see today in evil, dark, oppressive empires like Russia that are cancerous to peace, freedom, justice, and quality of life. Because our nation was drafted by design to be for, of, and by the people, and never shaped to the will of a dictator. Under the very axioms of our American identity, the most consequential judicial decision to the fate and fabric of our democracy, by definition, will be the case against perennial con artist Donald Trump.
This is the first time that lawmakers are outlining a possible criminal case against the former president. They say they now have enough evidence to show that Trump and conservative lawyer John Eastman may have engaged in a conspiracy plot to, quote, defraud the American people and prevent Congress from certifying the election for Joe Biden. All of this comes as the committee is fighting for Eastman to turn over emails and documents. He has refused to fully comply with their subpoena, and as of this morning, he is still citing attorney-client privilege.
Our democracy is coming to this watershed moment when we get to define ourselves and set the course of our country's future for the next generation. Are we a free democracy, or do we let politicians sell ourselves out to the sleazy con man to put nickels in their pockets? Do we have any integrity? Do we still hold the philosophical ideals of America, or do we no longer care? Are crime and corruption now laudable actions? That's what we've got ahead of us, because this is going to set the standard for every office in every election, depending on how long we have elections from this point forward. If Donald Trump gets a pass for using the highest office to criminally abuse power so blatantly, then this is a green light to corrupt minds across the land. The presidency will become every crime lord's dream because one of their own offered historical precedent. A president has pardoned every scumbucket at the wave of his dictator's wand. A president has abused the office at every turn for political manipulation and personal gain. A president has sold out our country to foreign adversaries without any penalty, and a president has forcibly and criminally violated our country's democracy. In this despicable reality, elections are totally inconsequential, laws irrelevant, something to inflict upon enemies but always absolve yourself of. There is no justice. There is the word of the dictator and the complicity of his subjects. And we've seen how greed can inflict a sort of Stockholm syndrome on an entire political party. The pattern is set. It's nearly come to a reality. American identity is teetering on a knife's edge. And that's where we are until this verdict comes through. And this further highlights how far we've plummeted. Any person that did what Donald Trump did, which was blatantly inside a deadly mob and never once relenting, would be sitting in federal prison in a matter of minutes. To go on national television and preach his love and sympathy for these vile fascist stormtroopers is such an obvious disgrace. Nothing less than spitting in the face of every person who's lived and died in this nation. For America to survive, we have to recognize this isn't politics as normal. This isn't debatable. This is a former president who committed violent criminal offenses with the power of the office. It must be punished for this nation to endure. History will look at this moment more than any other to determine the weakness or strength of our democracy. Trump must be convicted. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.